So in today's class we will be learning topic list in Python. Okay, so in previous class I have introduced you that uh, there are four types of arrays present in Python. So first one is list, second one is tuple, then there is set and dictionary. So first we will be covering list. So so as as it is mentioned that list is a collection which is ordered and changeable. So whenever if any array is ordered, it means that you can so item are ordered, it means that every item has some index. Okay, so the order will be maintained, so every time you print the list you will get the same order of every element. So this is the order, and it is changeable it means that it is not immutable, means you can change the value at any place. Okay, so that's why it is mentioned that it is changeable. Now we will be okay, so suppose that if we have a list, okay, the name of list is list seq example is equal to this list sequence example is equal to this we need to here we have initialize an empty list. Okay, so if you want to initialize an empty list, then you need to write like this. So here there is big bracket. Okay, so here we are not passing any element in the list, so this is an empty list, and the class of this will be list. So suppose that list we have a list of sequences. So these are the sequences ATCGAT, and again, so these are three strings basically. Okay. Here you can also write welcome, Facebook, read my course, something like this. So I'm just giving you the example of these are strings, and I am creating a list of these sequences. Okay. So now slicing and indexing work similar like string. So I have introduced you already slicing and indexing in case of string. So the rule of slicing and indexing is same in case of list. Okay, so first we will be going to the we will be practicing on this on the list. So just think that list are just list are just ordered collection of elements, and elements of the list can be integer, float, string, or any other data type. So the elements of list can be any of data type, and the slicing and indexing will work similar like a string. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, so we will be practicing on the list first. Suppose that the example of this. So I'm creating here a folder day6. I'm creating a file here, list example. Okay, so here is our first list example. So if this is an empty list. Okay, so if you print this list, you will get nothing. So here you can see that output is this. So here we don't have any element. So first I am passing some element here. Okay, so suppose that we have list example. So here first we have in type of data. So here I'm passing here 1 2 3 4. Similarly you can create a list like this. So I'm creating list example float. So you can also pass here data as float. So 1.0, 2.0. Similarly you can create a list having str as it strings as its element. So suppose that I'm passing here welcome and Facebook and then read my post. So if you print this, so these are the three types of list. So actually the type is same. All the data type is list, but elements, the type of elements are different. So here the all the elements have type integer, and here float, and here we have string. So if you print this, so you will get the data like this. Okay, so I have printed this set time. So okay, so here this is the output. So there is no any it is it is not mandatory that you can pass only one type of data in list. So you can pass multiple type of data in the list. So suppose that I am creating a list example multi-type data. Okay, here you can pass one to then hello, and here you can also pass the float values. And if you print list example multi-type data, so there is no any issue in here. Here you can see that 12 hello and 1.0 is getting printed. It is clear, everyone? Okay. So now printing the whole code. Now we will be looking to the index part. Now we'll be moving to the part getting the item from the list. Okay, so suppose that we have a list. This is our list, and if you want to get any element, it's suppose that we want to get the element at the place 3. So I have already introduced you indexing. So this is the 0 index, this is 1 index, and this is 2 index. So if you want to get this element, then we can write like this. So in this example, 2, then you will get the value 3. Here you can see that you are getting the value 3. Similarly, if you want to change the value at the position 2, you can write list example 2 is equal to 4, and if you print this list example, then now it will print you 1 to 4. Okay, so here you can see that any operation you are doing in the list, so it is getting it is changing the list. Okay, so lists are mutable. Okay, so you can change the value at any index in case of list. Okay, so suppose that we have two lists. List example 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and list example 2 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, we have written this list example 2 is equal to list example 1, and we are changing the value of list example 2 at the index 1 is equal to 9, and then print the value of list example 1, and then print the value of list example 2. List example 2. Commenting this. So now here you can see that what's happening. You can see that the value of the list example 1 and the list example 2 is same. So firstly it was 1 2 3 4, and we have changed and firstly list example 1 was 1 2 3 4, and we have created a another list, that is list example 2, and we have assigned its value as list example 1, and here we are changing the value of list example 2 at the index 1, so the value of this 2 will be replaced by 9, and now we are printing this list example 1 and list example 2. Now you can see that we have changed the value of list example 2, so it is printing 12934, then there is no any issue. But list example 1 has the same value 1934, means this value list example 1's value is also changed. So always you okay, so whenever you assign a list to another list, then you basically assign the address of that list. So if you change the value of the previous list, then if you change the value, means you can see that this list example 1 and we have assigned this list example 2 value as list example 1, and we are changing the value of list example 2. So this is pass by reference. Okay, so pass by reference means that you are working with the same list. If you create the multiple copy of it, so you are working with the same list. So that's why the value of the initial list was also getting changed. So if you want to overcome this, we need to write like this. Suppose that first we have list example 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if we want to create the copy of this list, then we will write list example 1 dot copy. Okay. You will get the copy of the list example 1, but you will get the all the values of the list only. You will not get the reference of this list example 1. So now if you change list example 2 at the value 1 index is equal to 9, okay, and you print list example 1 and list example 2, now you can see that what's the effect of this. Here you can see that the first list example 1, the values are same and it was previous, but the value of the list example 2 is not different. Here I have given you the example of indexing. So we will be practicing on indexing first. Suppose that we have list example. So this is the, if we talk about the indexing, then this is the zero index, and this is one index, this is second index, and this is third index. Okay. So, and similarly, if you talk about minus indexing, so this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, and this is minus 4. Okay. Now, if you start from left to right indexing, then this is 0 place, this is 1 place, then this is 2 place. Similarly, if you move from right to left, then this is minus 1, this is minus 2 index. So, if I ask you what will be the value if I write print this example minus 2, anybody answer? Anyone answer? Yeah. So the value at minus 2 is what? 3. Okay. Similarly, if I ask you what is the value at 2 index, so this is 0 index, this is 1, and this is 2 index. Similarly, it is presented the 2 index. Okay, so run this program, you will get the value 3 in both the case. So this is how indexing works. Now we will be working on the slicing. Suppose that we have a list. This, okay, and if you want to get value from the here to here, this 2 3 4. So in case of a string, so what basically we do, so first we need to identify the index. So this is 0 index, this is 1 index, this is 2 index, this is 3, and this is 4 index. Okay, so if you want to get the value from this to this, so we write from start to stop. So syntax is what? First we need to pass the value, list name, and then a start value, and then a stop value. Okay. So the start value is what? If we want to get this, so 2 3 4, so the start value will be 1. Okay, here we need to write what? List example. Start value is 1, and the end value is what? 1 2 0 0 1 2 3. So the end value is 3. So here we need to write 3 plus 1. Why? Because I told you that if you remember the indexing, sorry, slicing of the string, then I have mentioned that if you pass the value 4, okay, if you pass the value here 3, then you will get the value from 1 to 2. If you pass here the value 4, then you will get the value from 1 to 3. So always stop minus 1. So if you run this program, you will get the value 2 3 4. Is this clear, everyone? So I have already introduced this slicing in the string. So the rule is same. So that's why I'm not going into the deep. So if you want to work on the slicing, then you can refer the string part. So we'll be moving to the some methods that are available. So suppose that we have sequences, okay, like this ATCGATA and this ATCGATA and then AGCTA. These are the strings, okay, and we have a list sequences equal to this, okay, and if you want to get the length of this, so we can use the len element. So I have already given you the example of this len element in this in case of string, and always remember that this len function is universal. If you have any type of array, then you can use the len function to get the length of it. If you have tuple, then you can use the len of that tuple name to get the length of that tuple. Similarly, you can get the length of that dictionary and the set. So this len function is universal. Inserting new element. So suppose that if you want to add a new element in this list, so you just need to write list sequences dot append. So append method will always add that whatever you pass in this list into the end. So here you can see that previously the sequences was this, and after you write sequences dot append ACTAGATA, and here you can see that these values are same, so this part is same, and here we have added this sequence, okay. So this is basically this is basically a string, don't confuse with it. So these are just strings. Third is inserting element at any position. Okay, so suppose that here you have seen that append method will always add the element at the last, at the end. But if you want to insert it at any index, then here you can use this insert method. So the insert method, you need to in the insert method you need to pass the index where you want to add the the element and the value, which value you want to add. Here you can see that we have passed here 0, then this value will be added at the position of 0 index. Similarly, if you want to, so before going into this if you have any doubt you can ask. Okay, so first we will be practicing on this. So suppose that we have list example 1 2 3 and 4. If you want to get the length, so we'll write here list example dot, sorry, first you need to write here len, then you will get the value 4. Okay, so there are 4 elements in this list, that's why you are getting the value 4. Next one was append. So we use append to add any element at the end. So suppose that we write list example dot append and the value 7. So this 7 will be added into this list at the end. So if you print here this example, then you will get the value 1 2 3 4 7. Here you can see that the value is 1 2 3 4 7. Next method was insert. Okay, so this insert we use to add element at the at any at any particular index. Okay, so at any particular position. So suppose that we have the list example is equal to this, and if you write list example dot insert, okay, and here you pass the value 2 and then the value 9 and then print the value. Here you can see that the index we have passed 2, so the value will be added at the 2 index. So what is the index? What is the 2 index? So this is 0, this is 1 index, then this is 2 index. Okay, so here the value will be replaced by 9. actually not replace, it will be added. So the value will be added here, and then we will have 3 and 4. So if you print that, here you can see that we have 1 to 9, 1 2 and 9, and then we have 3 4. So this 9 is added at the second, at the 2 index. Suppose that we have two lists. Okay, so this first list is this ATCGTA, and the first sequence, first list is name of the first list is sequence one, and the name of the second list is sequence two. Okay, and if you want to add this sequence two in the sequence one, then you will write sequence one dot extend sequence two. Then the value of this sequence two will be copied into this sequence one. Okay, or you can also write like this sequence 1 plus sequence 2. Then you will get, if you print this, then you will get this value. So here first we will have the values, the elements from this list. Okay, firstly we have the value from this sequence 1, and then this the value of this sequence 2 is copied here. Okay, so by this extend method we can copy the value of any list into another list. Okay, so here we have some functions. Okay, so first we have clear method. Clear method basically removes all the elements from the list. Second we have copy. I have already introduced this copy method. Third is count. So this count is similar like a string. So you can count the presence of any element, how many times that element is present in the list. So you can use the count method. Then you can use the extend, I have already introduced. Then you can use the index method. Index method is used to get the index of the element. Okay, then then we have insert. I have already introduced this insert. Then we have pop. So pop removes the last element. So every time you call the pop method, it will remove the last element. Then we have remove. So removes also removes the item with the specified value. So whatever the value you will pass here, that item from the list will be deleted. Then we have reverse. If you want to reverse the list, you can use the reverse method. Then we have sort. So if you want to sort the list, you can call the sort method. Okay, so we will see the example one by one. So I'm creating a file here. Suppose that we have a list is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If and I am also adding a value here 1. So if you want to count, sorry, the name should not be list, because list is a reserved word, so you should never use the reserved word as the name of the variable. So if you print list example dot count of 1, you know how many times 1 is present, 2 times, then it will print 2. Then you can see that the output is 2. I am commenting this code. Next is index method. Suppose that we have a list. Okay, and if you want to check the index of the value 1, so you can call the index method list example dot index, sorry, index. If you pass the value here 1, you will get the index of 1. So you are getting 0, but you can see that 1 is present here 2 times. Okay, so you will get the first index of the first occurrence of this index of the first occurrence of this item. Okay, so index of the first occurrence of 1 is what? So 0. So that's why you are getting the value 0. Okay, so suppose that if 1 is not present here, so what you will get in that case? So suppose that I am writing here 5. 5 is not present in this list. So you will get the exception in this case. Here you can see that you are getting the exception, means you are getting the error, and your program will terminate here. Okay, so this index is not the safe way to check the index. So you can use the find method. List example dot. Okay, so this find method is not present here. Okay, so actually this is not safest method. So I will give you the example of some safe method that will not cause exception if the element is not found. Okay, so okay, now we will be moving to the part function clear. Okay, suppose that we have a list. Example is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you write this example dot here, it will delete all the elements from the list. Okay, so here you can see that this portion of program is causing the exception. That's why this, if you have exception here, then your program will not run. Okay, so that's why I need to comment this line. So now you are getting none. It means that there is nothing present in this list. So if you print this list example, then you will get nothing. Here you can see that you are getting the empty list. So first we have list example. The values in this list is lists are 1, 2, 3, 4. But after call sorry after calling the clear method, it is deleting all the item from the list. Now we have sort and reverse method. Okay, suppose that we have a list example is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you write list example dot reverse, and if you print list example, then this list will be reversed. So here you can see that the output is 4321. Similarly, if you want to sort this list, so for that we have the list example 1 is equal to 1, 2, and 4, and the 3. So if you want to sort this list in the ascending order, then you can use sort method. And then if you print this, you will get the value in the sorted by the sorted. So here you can see that the output is 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, if you want to sort in the descending order, then you can call the reverse method. Okay. So this reverse method will not return anything. So I need to print this list. Now here you can see that this is now in the descending order.